Alright, what's up guys? John Anthony from masculinedevelopment.com, and it's been a minute since I made my last YouTube video on why New Year's resolutions are bullshit, but today I want to talk about the most important thing that I've ever learned in business, and you've probably heard this elsewhere. You've probably heard this from Ty Lopez, from Grant Cardone, from, all these different people, Graham, Stephen, however you pronounce this name, right? And the number one thing that I've learned is basically give value. Now, if that sounds like it's a letdown or like it's this cliche, then I understand where you're coming from, because I felt that way a few years ago, right? Now I have a business, grosses about 15 grand a month, and I attribute most of that to giving value. So let me explain. The way that my business works is I basically give out a shit ton of stuff for free. I've been writing free articles for years now. I've got over 250 free articles on my website. Free YouTube videos. I used to have more before my channel got shut down in June this year, last year, 2019. But basically that's how it worked, right? I gave free shit away for free. Sometimes I would spend hours writing just one article. I had 4,000 word articles. I have hour-long videos that took hours to create and, a day to edit. Free shit, free shit, free shit. And what does this do? Well, it gets people interested. It gives people a chance to figure out if they like your stuff or not. And when that happens, they say, hey, if his free stuff is this good, I wonder what his paid stuff is like. And so they look at the courses you have, they look at the books you're selling, they look at the coaching, consulting you're doing, which I'm actually thinking of bringing back because I stopped that for a while, but I kind of enjoy it and I want to do it again. But that's the idea, right? And again, it sounds so cliche, it sounds so obvious. Give value, right? Give value. What does that even mean? Well, basically what it means is help your audience for free. So let me give you an example. I'm going to tell you exactly how I made 20% more money this month, in December than I did in November, okay? All I did is, I was looking at my Instagram and my last Instagram got suspended, so I had to make a new one. And funny enough, this new Instagram got suspended too. But anyways, I was looking at my, previous Instagram and had, 1,300, 1,400 followers, something like that. And I had so many unread DMs, right? And I said, I don't like this. I want to keep in touch with my fans. I want to answer their questions. So I went through, I answered all their DMs, right? I made a point to start, going through the fucking 500 DMs I hadn't answered, and they kept getting bigger every day. They'd ask me questions about SARMs, how to use SARMs. They'd ask me questions about, a workout routine. Some of them bought my courses. They said, hey, how do I do this thing in conjunction with your other course here? They just asked me these questions, right? And I just answered their questions. And I think, as far as I can tell from my analytics, that's what led to a 20% increase in sales, right? And this isn't meant to be some sort of a Machiavellian thing, but it's just common sense, right? When you give people value, when you helped... Fucking girls keep texting me while I'm trying to record this video. When you give people value, they give it back, right? If you think about it from your perspective, right? From my perspective, from all of our perspectives, if, you find some guy, you like their shit, you shoot them a DM on Instagram, you shoot them a comment or something, an email, and they answer you, you feel like, oh wow, thank you, I appreciate that, right? This guy's actually helpful. And so you think to yourself, I wonder what his paid courses are like. I wonder what his more expensive stuff is like, and so you take the leap of faith because you trust them, right? And again, it's not meant to be Machiavellian, but the more that you give, the more that you get. Another example too. Recently I was driving here to the gym where I'm at, which I'm actually, taking my pre-workout before I smash the gym, and I saw a homeless person. And I thought to myself, I'm going to give him 20 bucks, right? Usually that's what I give to homeless people, 20 bucks, 20 bucks, 20 bucks. And this time, instead of 20, I said, why don't I just do double? I'll just give him 40, right? And that's something really simple that people, they don't understand the effect that has on you, right? But the effect that it has on you when you give without expecting anything return is you slowly start to internalize the idea that life is abundant. There's an abundance of resources. It's okay to give. This makes you more willing to take personal and financial risks, which leads to more success, right? So not only Is it the case that when you give, you actually get back because people like it when you give, but you literally brainwash yourself, you get into the mindset of thinking that life is abundant, and by thinking it, you actually make it the case. Okay, so this also applies to, friendships, relationships. You should always give, right? Mark and I did a podcast, the Unapologetic Man podcast, a while ago, which I as an update, if you're listening to this, I decided to kind of part ways and take a hiatus from it for a while to focus on other things to grow my business, and he's doing that still, so definitely check it out. But we made a podcast called Being a Go-Giver, not a Go-Getter. And the idea is that in your social life, when it comes to friends, women, whatever, if you focus on how can I help this person and add value, there's that term, add value to their life, then what starts to happen is everyone wants to hang out with you, right? Because people like it when you add value to their life, right? So always ask, how can I add value? It sounds so cliche, it sounds so cheesy, cliche, cheesy. It sounds, like the most basic advice ever, but what's funny is when you go on this journey, what's going to happen is you're going to hear these phrases, these pieces of advice that sound really simple, and you're not going to you're not really going to think that much of them. You're going to be like, whatever, this sounds kind of dumb, kind of obvious, I guess. And then 3 years later into your journey, you're going to realize how impactful all that information was, right? So hope this helps. My Instagram, like I said, is currently suspended, but I'm trying to get it back up. If it does get back up, I'll shoot you guys an email. I'll, leave a comment down below or something so you guys can follow me. If you like my content, please subscribe, like the video, share it with a friend, and as always, I will see you guys next time.